as the soul love guru because I talk a lot about the difference in self love and soul love. And through my experience that I'll share in a little bit, I have been able to gain an understanding of soul love, that it's different than self love. And there's a step beyond self love that most people don't know exists. And so I'm excited to share more about that.
Oh, wow, it's an honor and a privilege really to have you on this platform, Amy. And like I was just going over your bio, I'm like, you're wearing so many different hats that we hope we're gonna gain from all those hats today. So, Amy, I have a question for you. I have a question for you. If you happen to have your own billboard, I can see your billboard coming down there in the busy highway in Oklahoma. What will your billboard say?
Oh gosh, it would say, "You're not here to prove anything. You are
Mm.
here to simply let your soul shine," and that's it.
You are not here to prove anything. Just let your soul shine. That's
Yeah,
it. You're just here for that. You don't have to prove to the world that, I'm capable of doing this. Just do it. Just do it. You're not here.
absolutely.
Yeah, you're not here to compete with the world around you. But you know what? Just compliment those who are around you. And in that way, I believe that we all rise together and we rise by lifting each other up. We're here to lift each other up because we are just here not to prove any point to anybody. We don't owe anyone any answer or any whatsoever responsibility but ourselves. I love that. We're not here to prove to anybody that, you know what, I am this, I am that. Just do it. Just do it and let your soul shine. I love it. I love it. So I believe my billboard will be the second billboard driving down the highway, and it's going to say, what? The sky is no longer the limit. But now the sky
Oh,
is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. And it's
oh,
definitely coming. It's definitely. So we're going to get started. We're going to get started. We have Amy. How do you say your last name, Amy?
Thurman.
Thurman. Okay, I thought
Mhm.
I was right. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we have Amy Thurman. She's a visionary speaker, educator, best-selling author, and a transformational consultant. So she is the founder of Resilient Futures nonprofit and the owner of Polish the Mirror, where she teaches a groundbreaking framework to help people break free from limiting beliefs and step into their true potential. Amy's inspirational journey from suicidal ideation and incapacitation to discovering the power of soul love have made her a sought after voice in personal development, empowering others to embrace authenticity and thrive beyond adversity. Her passion is teaching others that true transformation happens not by just achieving more, but by aligning with who we were meant to be. So her journey has led her to international speaking platforms, multiple media appearances, rubbing elbows with celebrities, and even being featured on a Times Square billboard. Wow, wow, wow. Through her books, workshops, and speaking engagements, Amy inspires audiences to navigate life with courage, clarity, and confidence, helping them move beyond limitations and step fully into the lives that were meant to live. So, kings and queens, please join me and welcome Amy Thurman.
Oh, thank you for that warm welcome and for having me on today. It is such an honor. I feel like it's anytime I can share my story, it's just such an honor because I feel like it's a gift that I've been given to share with the world. And so I really appreciate the opportunity to share with you today. For those of you watching and listening, thank you for being here. Like she said, I'm Amy Thurman, and I lived 10 years with a broken neck that went undetected for 6 months. I woke up during the night. One night, I was working at a major university, got up during the night and felt sick and ended up passing out. And I landed on my face on the hardwood floor. And the impact from that, it actually sheared my brainstem, caused a traumatic brain injury, and it broke my neck. But all of that went undetected for 6 months. So for nearly the first year after that accident, I had to lay flat in bed for 23 hours I went from, like I said, working at a major university to the very next day, I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk, I couldn't hear or see correctly. And I had to wear a cover over my ears and could barely speak above a whisper. My daughter was a senior in high school. My oldest son was a freshman in high school. And my youngest son was 4 years old. And I completely missed that entire year of their lives. The work that I was doing at the university is where I got my self worth. I felt like I was worthy if I was doing something. I was always busy. I was always doing something. I would bring my work home with me on the weekend because I always felt like I needed to be doing something. And if I wasn't doing work, then I was volunteering. And so I just never really took time for myself. I didn't really even know who I was. My identity was all wrapped up in how much I could do. And so that was all stripped away from me, just like that. In the snap of a finger, it was all stripped away from me. So I had to lay flat in this bed. And as you can imagine, it sent me into a deep, deep, dark place that I would never, ever wish on anyone. And I began to pray. And I prayed and I prayed and I prayed that I would die because I was not living. I was merely existing. And I felt like such a burden to my family because they had to do everything for me. I could not even take myself to the restroom. And so I had a plan. I made a plan. I was going to swallow a handful of pills because I had so many of them. And that was going to be it. I was going to put myself and my family out of this burden. They were no longer going to have to care for me, and I was no longer going to have to live in constant pain. Lift my head off the bed. It felt like there was a train sitting on my head. And so I had this plan to swallow this handful of pills. And when it came time to do that, something said to my heart, what if you don't have to die? What if you can make a different choice? What if you same energy you're using trying to die and turn it around and use it to fight to live? Maybe you can get better. And if you can get better, maybe you can use your experience to help other people. As a former educator and social worker, that really hit my heart. Like, if I could use all of this trauma and all of this pain that I'm going through to help other people, is that really possible? And so it sat within my heart, and I decided to do that, to use I began to fight to live with the intention of using my story to help other people. And that's what it has become. There is so much to my story. I had to write a book about it because I can't just tell it all in sitting and talking about it. And so I did write a book about it, and it became a bestseller within 2 days. It's called Finding My Hero Within. And that is what I was able to do through that journey of living 10 years with a broken neck. The time that I spent in the bed, a lot about emotions. You can imagine all of the emotions that I was feeling laying there in that bed, still fighting to live, but still struggling and in constant pain, not knowing if I was worthy, still not knowing where my worth was going to come from. And I knew that I would never get better with the mindset that I had at the time because all I was thinking about was what I could not do. I literally could not do anything that I could do before the accident. And that was all I was focused on. I just wanted to be able to do something I could do before, couldn't do it now. And so I knew I had to make a shift in my mindset. And I knew through social work that not only did I have to change that, but I had to replace it with something. You can't just take something away because something else is going to replace it. And if you don't replace it intentionally, then it's going to be replaced haphazardly. And so I knew that I had to stop thinking in such negative terms. And so I asked my husband at the time to load up a podcast, audiobook, something that I could put the earbuds in my ears and turn the volume down really, really low so my brain could handle it. And I began listening to Dr. Wayne Dyer, Tony Robbins, Rumi, all of those luminaries. And something shifted in my heart. And it was this poem by Rumi that really struck me, that kind of just jumped out at me, after which my business is named Polish the Mirror. And it goes like this: Ye who seek God apart, that which you seek thou art. If you wish to seek the beloved's face, polish the mirror and gaze into that space. And that told me that every answer I seek can be found within. I was looking outside of myself for all of the answers, for people to validate me, and external validation and external approval. But that was not where the answer lied. The answer that I was looking for lies within me. And so I did this deep dive within myself to get to know myself better and to really understand who I am and what are these answers that I'm looking for to begin with. What are the questions that I'm even asking? And what I found was that knight in shining armor that I had been waiting to come rescue me from this miserable existence was found in my reflection in the mirror. And so what I teach is that that is the case with everyone. Everyone's hero is found in your reflection in the mirror. But when I ask this, I ask a question when I do workshops. How many of you have ever looked at yourself in the mirror in the eyes? I'm not talking about fixing your makeup or fixing your hair. I'm talking about looking into your eyes. And people inevitably say, well, no, that's just weird, or that freaks me out, to look at yourself in the eyes. And it's so true because when we look ourselves in the eyes, we see what's there. We see down into our soul, the things and buried. And we put them down deep so that they will no longer surface because we don't want to admit that they're there. We don't want them to surface at all. Being willing to look yourself in the mirror and accept that those things are part of who you are, part of what made you who you are now, and that you have to love them, love those parts of yourself. Yes, they're painful. Yes, they came from a lot of pain and but those parts have to surface. They're surfacing in other ways in your life. You just don't know it. If you're struggling in any way in your life, it's probably one of those emotions trying to get your attention because emotions are part of our communication system. And so I began to learn that if I look within, I can really find all of the answers. And that led me to authenticity and just learning to become who I am at my core, not trying to be someone else, not trying to be the person who wears all the hats or has all of these labels, because that's what we find when I ask people in workshops or even in my course that I teach. Introduce yourself to me. Tell me about yourself. They will always tell me what they do. And I always say, okay, that's not what I ask you. I ask who you are. Who are you? You're not the labels you wear. You're not the hats you wear. You're not the roles you play. You are beneath or above, beneath all of that. It's so much bigger than those roles that you play. And so that's what learning to polish the mirror is. It's wiping away all of those things that we do and learning to in who we are at our core, who we are as people, who our souls came here to be. And I firmly believe that every one of us has a light within us that is meant to shine. It's meant to share light and hope and love with the world. But we can't share our light with the world until we learn to find that light, hope, and love within ourselves first. And learning to polish the mirror helps us remove all of the layers that are preventing our light to shine so that not only can we shine our lights, but we can be an example for other people to shine their lights too. And I fully believe that my life is intended to be an example for other people, that I have learned to evolve into this person that I am now. And in doing that and embracing my authenticity, I'm telling you, some crazy things happened in my life that I keep saying have just fallen in my lap. I have not pursued. And my friend Angela challenged me on this, and she said, no, these are not falling in your lap. You did the inner work that it takes to be able to draw these things to you. So I was able to take my book to the Emmys to give it away to celebrities and producers and directors. And I have producers wanting to turn it into a documentary. And like you said, I was featured on a Times Square billboard. I'm going to get to speak at Cambridge University in UK, and I have all of these opportunities. Just thought would never happen. Living 10 years, laying in that bed with a broken neck, nobody can figure out what's wrong with me, and now I'm being featured on a Times Square billboard. I'm like, well, what the heck is happening? Whose life is this? But it really is all because I have been open to growing, always learning and growing and evolving into a higher version of who I am. But I do that through authenticity, and learning to polish the mirror has helped me become the authentic version of myself and just embracing that. And that's when I learned about the difference in self love and soul love. Because, like I said earlier, there is a difference, and most people don't even understand that soul love even exists. And that's a term I gave it because that's what it means to me. And I can if you'd like for me to talk a little bit about that, I think my time's just about up, but I can talk about the difference in self love and soul love real quickly. I also, my steps, I want to share the steps for my Polish the Mirror framework are self discovery, then there is self value, and then self alignment. So it's self discovery or self love, then soul love, and all of that leads to joy because we're meant to live in joy. We didn't come here to live a miserable, we came here to live our lives and experience joy. And the Polish the Mirror framework is the way that I help people get there. And so the difference in self love and soul love, very quickly, is that way. But when you think about it, it is true that you will understand that self love is actually based in fear. That we practice self love because we want to prevent something, or because we want to, um, like we don't want to, we want to prevent being stressed. We want to prevent being overworked. You know, it's a preventive mechanism, and so that is based in fear. But soul love is based in love, and it will always lead you to a place of love. Self-love is has a lot of external expectations. We meet people, we meet the external expectations of people, but soul love, there is no external expectations. It is based in love, and it comes from within. The validation comes from within. And thirdly is embracing and accepting who you are now. But soul love is accepting and embracing the who you have the potential to become. It's that evolving piece that we are not who we are meant to be. I mean, we are, but we always are supposed to be evolving and stepping into a greater version of ourselves all the time. And it's like a roller coaster. You experience this, I'm sure, in life. It's like a roller coaster. There are ups and downs, but we're always meant to continue growing. And soul love is being able to accept and look at who do I have the potential to become, and open myself up version of myself, not being willing to stay where you are and stay stuck there, but being willing to open yourself up to the who you have the potential to become. And those are, in short, the three main differences in self-love and soul love. And being able to and live from those, I'm telling you, it just, my life just exploded. My world just exploded with opportunities that I just cannot even wrap my brain around. I had a list of things that I wanted to accomplish in my life, and I threw the list away because what is actually happening is so much greater than what was on my list. I was like, I'm limiting myself. And so I just open myself up and allow things to come to me as they're supposed to. And it's just been a really, really fun time. And I just love being able to share this message with people and help them learn to do the same as well. So thank you so much.
Oh my goodness, Amy, just drop the mic. Drop the mic. Really, when you got started, you touched my heart. You were like, you're just
Oh,
praying to die. You just wanted to take your own life. But then, we plan, but God decides. He decides if is this the right time for me to take Amy? Who's going to continue with Amy's work if I take her right now? And then there was this voice that came into your mind that, what if you just change your mindset? What if you don't die right now, but change your mindset? And the moment you decided, you were like, you know what? I'm changing my mindset right now. That's when you began to evolve. You've just been evolving through and through. And right now you've shared your secret, or actually how you can polish the mirror with your 3E framework. You've mentioned that we should learn to love ourselves, expand self-love, and then you'll have to explore and discover yourself. And then after that, you'll have to evolve. That's when the soul love came in. You've mentioned that we should embrace who we are today, polish the mirror so that you can really discover who you are today. We don't care about the accolades that you are carrying, but who are you really? Who are you? When I ask you, who are you going to be able, instead of telling me that, you know what, I'm a coach, I am this, who really are you? Wow, what a profound, much needed message, really. I choose to embrace myself. I choose to evolve today. I choose to love myself. fall in love with my soul and discover who I am. Thank you so much, Amy, for sharing such a profound but much needed message. And I believe that our audience, from your message, really, their lives have been inspired, their lives have been empowered, and they are ready to rise to greater heights. Thank you so much, Amy.
You're very welcome. I'm so glad it resonated with you. I hope that it would.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
thank you.
yes, it does. And how can our audience reach out to you, by the way?
Sure. My website is pretty much a one-stop shop. It has all the links to my socials, a link to my book, to my courses, all of the things that I'm doing, and it's www.getamyshelp.com. That's GETAMYSHELP.com.
I believe our audience will definitely reach out to you because they need to get amyshelp.com. Yes, they should go out there. Thank you so much, Amy. So, to our audience online, if you happen to have any questions for Amy, please drop your questions in the chat box and then we'll come back and attend to your questions at the end of the podcast. So, please feel free. Drop your questions. Amy's here to answer those questions. So I'm going to be the next and final speaker because it's not going to be a show without me showing up and showing up. So before I speak, what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my bio with you and then I will come back and speak. So please do enjoy. I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights. Because you need to be clear about your career goals in order for you to gain guidance on professional development. Really, my goal as a mentor or as a coach is so simple. My goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs and other potential obstacles that you might be facing, and then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to pursue success and drive sustainable. I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. Mom. So I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights.
Dr. Nampumalelo Rial Kunene is an international human rights policy analyst who consults on policies and procedures related to human rights compliance. She is a highly sought-after, energetic, certified Lace Brown international speaker. This passionate leader holds a PhD with a discipline in leadership and business. Dr. Rial N. Kunene is the author and host to Rise to Greater Heights, a book and YouTube channel to turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. She is also a coach, mentor, and an MC, well known for encouraging many to rise from mediocrity into greatness. Her vision is not only to motivate, but also to empower audiences with a fresh perspective inspiration they require to pursue success and drive sustainable outcomes. In a seriously funny way, Dr. Kunene is an award-winning author, 10 times #1 Amazon and international best-selling author. Her #1 best-selling book, Rise to Greater Heights, has inspired and empowered many to pursue their personal and professional passion to become go-getters. As a trainer, diplomacy protocol officer, and strategist, Rial believes that we are in full control of our choices. Her mission is to meet the needs and transform lives of her clients and her audience. She is also a true advocate for creating new policies that uphold human rights and prevent human rights violations. Dr. Kunene's purpose is to teach everyone about human rights and help organizations understand and promote human rights. Her goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs, then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to achieve specific outcomes in your life. This change maker, trailblazer, and revolutionary is pushing boundaries and creating a real change worldwide. Like a phoenix that never accepted defeat and rose from its own ashes, she wants to challenge you to unleash your greatness and rise to greater heights. Dr. Rial Kunene wears many hats. As a professional certified sales manager, CEO, certified travel counselor, publisher, medical esthetician, philanthropist, and a commissioner for oaths, following her dreams gave her purpose to see her goals through and understand that she does have everything she needs to reach her full potential. Her everyday message is that your journey to be a better person starts with you. So knowing who you are to your core will make you understand that you are the only one who can accomplish your dreams. Hebrews 11, Psalms 27 and 40 keeps her to rise to greater heights. The sky is no longer the limit, but now the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Kings and queens, please join me. Welcome, Dr. Rial Kunene.
Oh, wow. Wow. It's such an honor, like, to follow after Amy, after you've set the bar high, really. I was like, what else is really left behind? Because in order for you to evolve, you'll have to follow all the steps that Amy just shared. She shared on how you can actually polish the mirror to be able to discover yourself, to expand the self-love and then evolve. So what I'm going to share today, in order for you to acquire that visionaries mindset, I'm going to say, craft your leadership legacy. Yes, craft your leadership legacy, because you know what? Every leader, they embark on a journey, not just to achieve success, but to leave a mark. They should leave a mark that transcends time and organizational boundaries. So the essence of leadership legacy lies in the profound impact that you make, the values that you instill, and then the vision that you leave behind for others to follow through. So it's high time, kings and queens, we craft that leadership legacy. Craft your leadership legacy. But you really don't have to see the whole staircase in life to get to the top. You need to take the first step to get to the top. As my mentor always say, that you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to become great in life. So get started today by crafting your leadership legacy in order for you to acquire that visionaries mindset. So if you're that entrepreneur really who dream of reshaping your world through your business and envision several extra commas in your bank account, yet you find yourself like blocked in your journey to success, trust me, I am the answer. Oh, hi, by the way, I'm Dr. Rial Kunene. I am not for the timid, but I am the rocket fuel that your business needs to blast past barriers and rise to greater heights. So as your business strategist and optimizer, what I do, I really empower motivated professionals to discover their full potential and then shift them into growth overdrive. So from owning two diverse companies to having experience as a CEO and guiding Fortune 500 companies to helping multi-million-dollar enterprises. What I do is that I have a distinctive talent for empowering high-achieving coaches, elite startups, and business leaders to become dominant forces in their industries, because I believe that the sky is no longer the limit, but now the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Be the one in charge of your own driver's seat, kings and queens. You are the driver here. You are the only one driving here. So be in charge of your driver's seat. So let's explore on how really one can craft a leadership legacy that resonates as well as endures. So you'll have to start by excuse me, you'll have to start by defining your core values in order for you to craft that leadership legacy. You'll have to define your core values, because your legacy, it starts with your core values. These are the principles that guide your decisions, your actions, and interactions with others. So identifying and living by your core values, it sets a foundation for your leadership style, and it also influences the culture of your organization. So make your values clear and demonstrate them consistently in every aspect of your work. You choose you craft your leadership legacy by defining your core values. Go out there. If you haven't started Kings and Queens, go out there and start defining those core values. It's a wake up call. It's a wake up call to craft your leadership legacy. It's a wake up call. But when that alarm clock goes off, please, please, please don't ever hit the snooze button. Don't be like, I will wake up in the next 2 minutes. I will wake up in the next 4 minutes. You know what? Forever is a long time. Why don't you wake up, get going, and craft your leadership legacy? You'll have to craft your leadership legacy by fostering a culture of empowerment. Yes, foster a culture of empowerment. Empower those around you to step up, take risks, and also innovate, encouraging autonomy and providing opportunities for growth. It not only propels your team forward, but it also embeds a sense of confidence and ownership across the whole organization, because a leader's legacy is often seen in the success and advancement of their team members. So go out there, if you haven't started that, and empower those around you. Kings and Queens, let's just face it. Let's face it. You can't give from an empty cup. You really cannot give from an empty cup, but you need to fill up your cup first. And then from the overflow, you're going to be able to foster empowerment around you. From the overflow, you're going to be able to share with those around you. So it's high time you fill up your cup first. Fill up your cup first by gaining more knowledge on the Visionaries mindset. How can one acquire that mindset? How can one craft their leadership legacy? And then you're going to be able to empower those around you, because you chose yourself first. You chose to empower yourself first. So it's high time you empower yourself first in order for you to be able to acquire that visionaries mindset. And also, in order for you to craft your own leadership legacy, you'll have to invest in relationships. Invest in relationships, because the strength of your relationships, it can define your leadership legacy. So invest time in understanding, mentoring, and connecting with your team on a personal level. You may ask me why. I'm glad you've asked that, because showing genuine interest and care for your colleagues, it fosters a loyal and an engaged team. And these relationships often become they become the most memorable part of your legacy. So try by all means to invest in those relationships in order for you to be able to acquire a visionary's mindset. And you also need to lead with a vision and purpose. Yes, lead with vision and purpose, because a visionary leader sets the direction and inspires others to follow. So clearly articulate your vision for the future and rally your team around a shared purpose. So this sense of direction and mission, it not only motivates your team, but also it leaves a lasting impact on what you are actually trying to achieve together with your team. So lead with vision and purpose in order for you to be able to acquire visionaries mindset. And also, you also have to embrace and drive change within your environment. Embrace and drive change, because the willingness to embrace and drive change is a hallmark of influential leadership. So by championing innovation and adapting to industrial shifts, you are just setting yourself a precedent for resilience and forward thinking within your organization, because your legacy will be the one of growth, will be the one of adaptability, and the courage to navigate through the unknown by choosing to embrace and drive change. Because your leadership legacy is the echo of your influence and the imprint you leave on your organization as well as your industry. So it's about the lives that you touch today, the culture that you cultivate, and also the vision that you set forth. So by focusing on your values, empowering others, building strong relationships, and leading with purpose, and also embracing change, you are creating a legacy that endures. That this legacy will resonate with many that will be following. So as you reflect on the legacy that you wish to leave behind today, just remember that it's the daily actions that you take, the decisions that you make, and the interactions that shape how you are remembered. Strive to make each day a testament to the leader that you aspire to be. So, as flight attendants always say, that put on your oxygen mask first before you assist the person who's sitting next to you. Because if you don't, trust me, when that flight goes down, you will definitely go down because you forgot to put on your oxygen mask first before you assist the person who was sitting next to you. How can you put on that oxygen mask first? By crafting your own leadership legacy, because the reality is your journey to be a better person. It doesn't start with the person who's sitting next to you. It doesn't start with your spouse. It doesn't start with your children, but your journey to be a better person, it starts with you. So knowing who you are to your core, it will make you understand that you have everything around you to reach your full potential. So don't ever, ever give up on your heart's desires. Just recall this, just in case, just in case you can't find your way, that you can always have the drive within you to become what you really want in life. You can always have the drive within you to get where you want to be in the next 6 months. The drive is just inside of you. I am a firm believer of affirmation. So let's affirm this together. If you're watching and listening under my voice today, let's just affirm this together. We're going to affirm this together as if we are taking an oath by placing our left hand on our chest, and then we're going to raise our right hand, and then we're going to affirm this together, that you know what, I can have the drive within me to become what I really want in life. You know what? Can you say it one more time as if you have faith in your own powerful voice? And guess what? It will echo throughout the whole universe. Say, I can have the drive within me to become what I really want in life. You know what? Just give yourself a round of applause, because yes, you can have the drive within you to become what you really want to be in life. You can have the drive within you to get where you want to be in the next 6 months. The drive is just inside of you. It's not from the outside. It's inside of you. It's so funny how my mom and dad gave me this beautiful, beautiful name, Nompumelelo. I know many, when they try to say my name, they always butcher my name. But Nompumelelo, really, Nompumelelo in my own language, it means mother of all success. So you can see that I am really, really challenged to chase after success. No matter what comes my way, I'll have to chase after success. So if I may ask you, how many of you have dreams and goals that you want to achieve? Maybe let me say in the next 6 months. I know myself, I am one of those. I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights, because you need to be clear about your career goals in order for you to gain guidance on our professional development. As a coach or as a mentor, like many of us here, my goal is so simple. My goal is to study your current situation, identify your limiting beliefs and other potential obstacles that you might be facing, and then design a plan of inspired actions to empower you to achieve specific outcomes in your life. I so wish that you can just tell yourself that, you know what, it's high time I go out there and be the change and make a difference. It's high time I go out there and be the voice for the voiceless. It's high time I go out there and impact those around me, those who look at you as an inspiration. But in order for you to go out there and be the change and make a difference, you've got to be hungry. You've got to be hungry, like a hungry lion in the jungle. Really, that hungry lion in the jungle, it doesn't matter what kind of animal comes his way. It doesn't matter if you're that giant elephant or that small squirrel by the jungle. And it's so funny though, because even with elephants, what they do when they see a lion is that they run. It's all about the mindset. Once you believe, you become. They already told themselves that, you know what, I am a lunch to that lion. So each and every time when I see a lion, I'll have to run. I believe that's the lion mindset that we need in order for us to be able to craft our leadership legacy, because I believe that we all rise together, and we rise by lifting each other up. We don't rise by tearing anyone down or maybe stepping over another person to get to the top, but we rise by lifting each other up. It's so funny. When I was in the 8th grade, I'm gonna cut the story short here. When I was in the 8th grade, I was nicknamed Phoenix. I was nicknamed Phoenix after writing a composition using the idiomatic expression that says, I rose from the ashes like a phoenix bird, meaning I became successful again. Really, that English teacher, she didn't know that the nickname Phoenix, it resonates with me and it also aligns with my destiny. So for those of you who don't know the phoenix bird, the phoenix is a Greek mythological bird believed to rise from its own ashes after being buried like hundreds of years ago. This immortal creature acquires new life by rising from the ashes of its own ancestor, which represents our capacity for vision and success. I want to encourage you, if you're watching and listening under my voice today, that when your world comes crashing down, wear your scars to show how a phoenix feels like to die from inside, and trust in your own capability to rise from your own ashes, since the phoenix has to die, burn, experience pain before resurrection from its own ashes. Please write this down. Write this down in conclusion. Resilience to greatness. Resilience to greatness. And I know you've heard this before, that your setback is your setup for your comeback. Your setback is your setup for your comeback. So if I can be honest with you, I don't know what goals you've set for the next 6 months. I don't know what dreams you have for your own future. But here is one thing I know about you. You are destined for greatness. Inside of you, God has put seeds of excellence. Those seeds are supposed to grow and flourish. But many people have become crippled by their past encounters. And some, they've stepped over other people to get to the top. But I believe that God has a better plan for every one of us. Your objective is what you are designed for and the reason why you live today. With God, I believe that we're all destined for greatness as long as we follow his strategy. This is when the growth commences, because discovering your gifts and following God's idea, it will make you understand that you have everything around you to reach to your full potential. So my everyday inspiration, Mr. Les Brown, he once said, if you had to die today, at this very moment, at this hour, what dreams, what ideas, what visions, what goals, what skills, what talents, and what books will die with you? And the late Dr. Miles Monroe continued saying that the richest place on this planet is the cemetery, because that's where all the goals, all the visions, all the skills, all the talents have been buried. Honestly, I don't know about you, but with me listening to all these amazing messages, it stirred something within me. And that was when I told myself that, you know what? I will face every challenge with courage and determination. I decided to I decided to follow my dreams, which kind of gave me a purpose to see my goals through and understand that I do have everything around me to reach to my full potential. So this year, I'm also determined to rise to greater heights with as many motivated individuals, maybe who are ready to start, grow, and scale their businesses within 90 days. Perhaps you are that individual. Maybe you started writing your book and then you were like, you know what? I don't have time for this. I'll do it tomorrow. And that tomorrow, it never came. You decided to put that book aside. I'm here to encourage you that yes, you can still write that book and publish a #1 bestseller book, and that book is going to continue selling because you've decided to put all of your energy in it. So if you're that individual who is really interested in getting started, maybe in public speaking, podcast, coaching, I offer a free, no obligation 30-minute friendly Zoom consultation call, which would kind of allow me to find out more about the issues that you're experiencing, and also to see if you're a perfect fit for any of my programs, because I really want you to benefit greatly from my program. So if you're interested in becoming a public speaker, author, coach, maybe that entrepreneur who just want to multiply your income by doing what you truly love, what you're passionate about, and making a real impact out there, I just want to empower you to become a highly effective and an inspiring leader with a kind of personalized, measurable, but a scalable program. So go on my website and book that free consultation call with me at www.risetogreaterheights.com, because really my ultimate goal is that you feel extremely confident about your purpose. So we will take it one step at a time, and you are definitely going to transform. So if you give me your why, I will show you the how. How cool is that? So this consultation, it offers accountability, education, growth, as well as success. You might have to ask yourself, why is she doing this? Why now, really? You know, I've been there. And I know how it feels like. I remember myself 5 years ago, I was completely lost in the hustle. I was exhausted. I was overwhelmed. And I remember I had like ton of ideas, but there was no tried and true strategy to run with my ideas. And it was only when I invested in coaching, and that was when I created my first premium offer, then things started to change. And then I built an income generating business, just doing what I truly love, what I'm passionate about, and making a real impact out there. So now it's your turn to build your own wealth, because the power is just inside of you. So go out there and book that free consultation call with me at www.risetogreaterheights.com. And because you know what, growing up, I didn't have much in life because my father decided to have an early departure from this planet Earth. But I thank God that I missed that flight, because I'm still here. I'm still sharing my message. I'm still impacting as many lives as much as I can, because I believe that I had everything because of my mama's love. And I love you so much, mom. So I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel Ngunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, amazing speaker. And at this moment, Amy, please feel free to share with the audience your final thoughts on Visionaries Mindset, and also share with the audience on how they can reach out to you, how they can work with you. And if you happen to have any freebie that you want to offer for our audience, please feel free to share with the audience. The stage is yours now, Queen.
Thank you very much for that beautiful message. It resonated with me so deeply. I was just shaking my head. Yes, yes, yes. So good. Thank you. I just want to end with, people ask me a lot, like they tell me a lot, I could never do what you do. Like, how are you doing all that you're doing? And I just want people to know that I'm nothing special. I don't have some kind of special gift that other people don't have. Like, this is something that everyone can do. This is a possibility that everyone has. You just have to be willing to tap inside and understand that looking inside is where the answers lie. And so I just wanted to say that everyone has this potential. So don't discount yourself. Stop making yourself small and seem like you don't have the potential for greatness, because it's within every one of us. What I do is I do a lot of writing. I have a new book coming out very soon. My other book, Finding My Hero Within, is my story of living 10 years with a broken neck and fighting my way through the medical and disability systems in a way to reclaim my life. And it's the story of how I was able to do that. I also offer a course. It's a self-discovery course. I like to say we know so much about other people and we don't know enough about ourselves. It's so important for us to discover ourselves, so then we can move to self-love. We can learn what it is about ourselves that we love. I have that, and I love to connect with people on the socials. I do a lot of things on the socials. I share a lot of inspiring messages. I have a Polish the Mirror series that I do on my socials that people are getting a lot out of as well. And so I don't do one-on-one. I don't have the time to do that. I don't have the energy to do that, but I do offer group things. And if there's something specific that you would like to work with me on, I would be happy to do that. I do work with schools and businesses, corporations, and individuals to help improve their work environments. Because as you were saying, as leaders, we are the ones who set the tone for the organization. And so we have to be willing to do the work that it takes, because everything else flows down from the leaders. And so I do work with leaders in businesses, corporations, schools, communities. And like I said, just my website is the best place to get a hold of me. If you go to my website, www.getamyshelp.com/free, FREE, I have a couple of freebies there. One is 10 steps to showing yourself self-love, and the other is an emotion frequency chart that I use with my clients. It's 100 different emotions broken down into 10 different stages based on their vibrational frequency. And so if you're experiencing a lot of the emotions on the lower end, then your life is not what you want it to be. And the effort is to get to the emotions that are on the higher end of the scale, because that's where the optimism, that's where the motivation, that's where the life you want to live comes from, is living at a higher vibrational frequency. And that's something I go into depth into in one of my courses. And I would love to connect with you just on the socials, get to know you, and help support and cheer you on in whatever it is you're doing in your life too. So again, thank you for this opportunity. It's been such an honor.
Oh, wow, Amy. I believe that honestly, our audience will reach out to you because they need an accountability partner who's going to guide them step by step. Those leaders whom you're just going to guide them step by step as they continue to navigate through their organization. Because someone out there near, you'll have to go out there and get Amy's help. I love your website, by the way. Go out there and get amyshelp.com. That's her website. And reach out on her website again. You say get amyshelp.com/free, like
free, yeah.
For those freebies that she offers. Go out there, Kings and Queens, and reach out to Amy. And you will be so surprised on how much you can learn and how much you can gain just by reaching out. Because really, we are just here. It's high time we paid forward through platforms like this. So she has a lot to give. You don't have to lose anything. Go out there and just check her website and reach out. Thank you so much, Amy. Thank you so much for being with us here at Rise to Greater Heights Network. I know we are all busy beings, really, but for you to spare these 90 minutes to be with us here at Rise to Greater Heights Network, we don't take it for granted. We are saying we appreciate you. We are so humbled, and we have learned a lot. I'm gonna go back and watch the replay over and over again because I've just gained a lot on how I can actually evolve and polish that mirror so I can see clearer, and so I can also see myself. Who am I really? Not about the titles I'm wearing, not about anything, but who am I? It's more like a self-introspection to me, but self-discovery. Yeah, so we are so honored. We are so humbled. We just want to appreciate you, Amy. Thank you so much for being with us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It's been an honor.
Thank you. Thank you. And to our audience online, thank you so much for joining us here at Rise to Greater Heights Network, really, where you can just turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. I hope you've been inspired from all these amazing messages from our amazing speaker. I hope you've been motivated and you are ready to rise to greater heights. So do join us next week at the same time, same place. Thank you. Merci. Sia Bonga.
Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let I be me instead of playing games. For chasing fame, let somebody set the lack of flames. No, living my life to the fullest and shout out my halala to the fullest. Let my lungs out. I'm still rising up to greater heights as long as